Hello, alternate soldiers. It is Anime Alternates here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Couple quick announcements before we start the video. This is part 1 of What If Naruto had all 5 Chakra Natures. The second one was that I am still working on the special I promised you guys, What If Naruto and Hinata were prodigies. I'm still working on that, and thank you guys for we're almost at 200 subs, and that is really encouraging. So I'm still working on the sub special, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So without further ado, let's get into the intro. Background info. So, the sand and leaf are a lot closer as allies, and there's an embassy in both the sand and the leaf. So if a sand shinobi wanted to stay in Konoha, they could just be stationed at the embassy and go on missions as like a Konoha shinobi and vice versa. Oh, and lastly, Mei, the Mizukage, became the Mizukage much earlier in canon, and now will actually come into play just a little bit later. So let's get into the actual story. Naruto was in a clearing. He was training. He'd been training all day, every day, since he could remember. Flashback. Naruto was 3 years old. He'd been walking home when a group of kids had shown up out of nowhere and beat him up. Naruto had then gone to Lord Third and asked for some help training. Hiruzen had then given Naruto some scrolls on taijutsu and chakra control. Naruto had gone away and trained every day from morning to night for 3 months. He then returned to Hiruzen and asked for some elemental ninjutsu and regular ninjutsu. Hiruzen declined at first, saying, "You're too young, and you probably won't be able to learn them with all the things you do during the day." "All I do is train. All day. Every day," Naruto replied, showing that Hiruzen really didn't know what Naruto did during the day. Hiruzen then tested to see how large Naruto chakra reserves were, and what his natures were. When Naruto forced chakra through the paper, it split into 4 pieces. One piece caught fire and burned onto the paper this leaf sign. Another piece folded into an origami leaf. Another piece of paper got wet in the shape of a leaf. And the last piece of paper, the center turned into stone in the shape of a leaf. "Wow," Hiruzen said. "You have a high affinity for all the chakra natures." Hiruzen then thought for a couple seconds. "Hey Naruto, how would you like to join a special set of ninja that answers only to me? They're called the Anbu Black Ops." "But I'm not a ninja yet," Naruto said. "That doesn't matter," Hiruzen replied. "I'll have one of the members train you on all the stuff you need to learn at the academy. However, when you turn 8, you'll still have to go to the academy to develop your social skills." "Okay, when do I start?" For the next 5 years, Naruto was trained by Kakashi, who came to look at Naruto as like a little brother, and Naruto viewed him like an older brother. Naruto preferred to use moves that involved dragons or had a dragon in the name. A few of his favorite jutsu were Water Style, Water Dragon, Earth Style, Stone Dragon, Fire Style, Volcanic Ash Dragon, and Wind Style, Wind Dragon Ascending. Another one he used, but he was learning to use, was Lightning Style Black Dragon. He hadn't perfected it yet, but it worked somewhat well. Naruto could activate each of them with one hand sign. He then started to go out on more and more missions, but always stayed out of sight, but still contributing. End of flashback. A crow appeared flying overhead and cawed twice. Naruto immediately got rid of his shadow clones. Lord Third had shown him how to use them to help him train faster. He then headed to the Hokage Tower at top speed. He got there within 3 minutes and walked into Hiruzen's office. When he went in, Hiruzen led him into a different room, where the council was seated around the table. Hiruzen took his seat and said, "Okay, Naruto, this will be your first solo mission. Danzo, please read the mission." "Mission debriefing," Danzo read in a monotonous tone. "Traits needed for the mission: Water Style Chakra Nature, information gathering, and the ability to gain trust easily. The ninja will be deployed to the hidden mist to retrieve or destroy Ao's stolen Byakugan. Estimated time, 1 to 6 months. Do you accept, Naruto?" Everyone in the room was shocked, even the council members. Sure, they didn't like Naruto, but this was absolutely suicide. Hiruzen was about to say something, but Naruto said, "I accept." "Naruto," Hiruzen said, "this mission is an A rank, probably S rank. If you're caught, the mist might attack the leaf." "Don't worry, Lord Third, the mist won't attack the leaf. Also, if I'm gonna die, I'd like to go out in a blaze. So when do I deploy?" 1 week later, the Mizukage's building. "I don't owe them anything," Naruto was saying. "They beat me up again and again." Naruto had arrived in the Hidden Mist village after a couple of days and finally gotten to see the Mizukage. He spent over an hour trying to convince her that he was not a spy. After a while, Mei said, "Okay, I somewhat trust you, which means you're either legit or a really good spy. So I'm going to call in to someone who can tell me if you're lying." "Okay," Naruto said. A couple of minutes later, Ao walked in. He activated his Byakugan and told Mei to tell Naruto everything he had told her to him. Naruto repeated everything, and because he wasn't lying about any of it, including getting beaten up again and again, then Ao asked, "Do you have any ties to leaf?" Naruto knew this was coming, and a few seconds before he had asked it, Naruto had started controlling how fast his heart was beating. "No," Naruto said, "I'm an orphan." "He's not lying," Ao said, bowed, and then walked out of the room. 6 weeks later, Mei had asked Naruto what his chakra natures were, and Naruto had told her it was water. He was then tested to see how strong he was, and Mei determined he was around Chunin level. Naruto was holding back, but Mei couldn't tell. Naruto had then gone on multiple missions and become friends with Mei. She'd given him a silver kunai while he was in the mist. Time skip. Naruto had been in the mist for over 8 weeks. Yesterday, he, Ao, the Mizukage, and 3 Jonin had departed for a group of islands that was on the outskirts of the Hidden Mist, close to the Hidden Cloud. Naruto had managed to split up all of them by suggesting that they go into groups to search and scout the area for any cloud ninja. He suggested that him and one of the Jonin, Mei and another Jonin, and Ao and the last Jonin. Ao suggested that he go with Naruto because he knew how Naruto liked fighting and he could adapt to it easily. When they got a safe distance away, Naruto signaled his clones to come. He'd sent them ahead of the rest of the group and disguised them as Cloud Ninja. After a couple minutes of fighting, Naruto noticed the way I was killing the clones. It was too vicious, even for someone with the Hidden Mist. Then Naruto heard him mutter, "This wasn't the plan." Quick side note, in canon, after the fourth Great Ninja War, Ao actually defected from Kirigakure, so in this what if he just did it earlier. Anyway, back to the story. Naruto was shocked. One of the closest people to Mizukage was turning on her. Naruto was now at a crossroads. His secondary objective was to assassinate the Mizukage, but Naruto had gotten to like Mei a lot. She acted like a mom to him, something he never had. But on the other hand, Danzo. Yes, that's right. Danzo and Ao were a lot alike. Coming to think about it, Danzo didn't read the part about how he was supposed to assassinate the Mizukage in front of Hiruzen. Something's going on with Danzo, and when Naruto got back, he would figure it out. For now, he needed to take out Ao. Without warning, Naruto appeared in front of Ao and shot his hand forward, ripped out Ao's eye, and then jumped back. This wasn't the plan. You were supposed to help me take the Mizukage's seat. And anyway, how did you even take my Byakugan? These seals were supposed to protect it. Well, the seals can be broken by another 100 nin, so I just learned the way to break them and took the eye. You're right, it wasn't the plan, Mei said, stepping out of the shadows. Mei, Ao growled. Permission to kill, Lady Mizukage, Naruto said. Mei looked surprised that Naruto was asking for permission. After all, he did just try to kill one of her closest advisors, and he seemed like he was a traitor. She turned to Ao. Ao, for your crimes against the Hidden Mist, you shall be punished, and that punishment will be death. Permission granted, Naruto. Yeah, I want to see something cool, Naruto said, while performing the horse hand sign. The ground rumbled, and a gigantic stone dragon burst out of the ground in front of Naruto. It then trapped Ao in its mouth and dove into the ground, not even leaving a hole. Where is it taking him? Mei asked. 200 meters down. The pressure down there can crush even steel. After about a minute, Naruto released the hand sign. Would you like his bodies back? Or what's left of it anyway? Naruto asked. Mei shook her head. No. When Naruto pulled out a kunai and then gritted his teeth, he didn't like what he was going to have to do, but this was a mission. He looked down, and it was a silver kunai Mei had given him. He dropped it and pulled out a regular kunai. For about a minute, Naruto just stood there. Then he retreated his kunai and put it back into his sheath and started to walk away. To the hidden mist, I am dead, Naruto said. May picked up the silver kunai and threw it at Naruto. Naruto turned around and caught the silver kunai between his index finger and his thumb. Keep it, May said. Naruto turned around again and said, "Thank you, Auntie." He then disappeared using body flicker. 2 days later, council room, Konoha. Naruto walked in and debriefed the council on his mission. He explained to them that he completed the first objective and retrieved the Byakugan, but he had failed to complete his secondary objective of killing Mizukage. "Where'd you get that objective from?" Sakura's mom screamed. "From Danzo-sama," Naruto said, being unnaturally polite. "Danzo, this was the last straw," Hiruzen said angrily. "You will know." Hiruzen never finished his sentence. Danzo's arm boot behind him erupted into blades of flame. Hiruzen called his assistant in and said, "Add Danzo to the bingo book immediately." "Yes, sir," she said and hurried out. "Naruto, you realize that you are 8 years old, which means you'll have to go to the academy." "Lord Third," Naruto said, "would it be okay if I sent a shadow clone in my place?" Hiruzen thought for a couple of seconds. "I don't see why not, but you can't go on missions. Lastly, Hiyashi has also asked for the Byakugan you retrieved to be handed over to the Hyuga clan to be destroyed." "Yes, sir," Naruto replied, handing a jar with the eye in it to Hiyashi. Time skip, 3 months. Team 7 passed the bell test very easily, and went on deep rank missions. They then escorted Tazuna to the Land of Waves. Naruto didn't get stabbed, and everything goes the same as in canon, with Naruto doing better against Haku. Team 7 then returned to Konoha, where Naruto finds Konohamaru being bullied. In this what if, Naruto had acted like the unofficial squad leader of Konohamaru, Moegi, and Udon. "Put him down," Naruto said, quite nonchalantly. "Make me," Karakuro said, tightening his grip on Konohamaru's throat. Naruto performed the horse hand sign, wondering why Konohamaru hadn't got himself out of this. After all, he could have given Kankuro a nasty burn. Then Naruto thought he must have been training and used all his chakra. No matter. A small stone dragon then shot out of the ground and bit Kankuro's arm, forcing him to drop Konohamaru. While all this was happening, Tamaru was watching, thinking, "Wow, this kid is strong. And he's not bad looking either," she thought. "My name is Tamari. That's Kankuro, my brother," Tamari said, blushing as Naruto was walking with Konohamaru. "My name's Naruto replied, "and I assume that guy in the tree is also on your team." Gaara then appeared, pouring killing intent off of himself. "My name is Gaara, and I'm looking forward to seeing the tuning exams, so I can kill you," he said with a crazed smile. "Well, me too," Naruto said, brushing up all the killing intent like it was nothing, and walked away.